once again.
Hello, it's Jimmy here again from O'Reilly's, and we're going to do front pads and discs on this MK8 Ford Transit. So let's get into it. Got our jack on the subframe here. I'm just going to raise the van up. Slip an axle stand under the subframe. Just going to pull the wheel trim off. Put that to the side. We've got 21mm bolts to get off. Now we're going to turn the wheel right, get a bit of better access. Got some bolts to remove the caliper slider bolts. This side of the caliper slider we've got a 21, this side is a 15. And then the same on the bottom. Just down here. Back in there for a minute just to hold it steady. Just give this some taps to get it down. Just in between here, got a little gap. Just gonna get a little pry bar on there, just to squeeze that piston back in a little bit. And you're gonna just wiggle the pad forward because it's a twin piston. If we get it behind the pad, it will push both back in at the same time. So we're just gonna squeeze. Get it in there. Just to open up that gap to put the new brake pads in. And once you've reached the end there, that's when this is all the way back. I'm just going to get a hook to hook up the caliper. And we just hanged it on there. And just around the back, got 1 and 2 top and bottom caliper holder bolts. Just going to use our gun for that. And the top one. Now we should just pull this off. Now just go back inside and straighten the wheel out. And you've got these holes here. These ones. Just gonna go in onto the hole here. Slide it around till we get it in line with a T50 Torx there. Now we need to open all of these. I've got an extra long T50 Torx bit to reach in there. These should be quite tight. Once we've lined that first one up, the rest of them should all be in line as long as the disc doesn't move. So let's get this one in here. Next one. Just going to use our gun to just whiz all of these out. I've got a magnetic stick. Just get in there, get these bolts out. And just nip my finger a little bit there as that come loose. So just got to be careful of that. Now we turn the wheel back this way and we're going to hammer this brake disc so it comes out. And we've got a smallest little club hammer in the world here. That was easy. It's actually the first time I've got one arm off with a single hammer in my life. Now we've got these bolts to take off, and they are 13mm socket size. So we're just going to use this Milwaukee gun again. Not too sure if you can see there. Separate these. Once you've got it separated on the back, just got to line it up to get it out. Just like that, and your bearing comes off of your brake disc. New brake disc here, and we're just going to put this back to it by fitting it through here. And then we need to again align the holes up so we can get the bolts in. I'm just going to get all of these back in by hand. We'll gun them back in. I'm just going to push out where the hub went back in. Now we just need to align these bolts I'll put this, just slot it together. And we have brushed up the wheel bearing here as well. Now you can see they're in line there, so we're just going to push them together. And again here, just move it along until you see the holes lined up. See the hole lined up there, and then behind it is lined up to the axle as well. Now we can get the bolt in there then. I'd normally just use it on the gun here. Just get it in. Slight turns until you feel it's biting. And that's it. We'll torque them up. Just go around each bolt, make sure they're tight. Take our old pads out of the holder here. And we're just going to brush this up a little bit. It's a little bit hard to do one-handed there, so cut this off. Put the caliper holder back in place. Just get these 21mm bolts back in line here. Push that out a little bit. Now we can tighten those up, top and bottom. We've got some new brake pads, new wear sensor, and some new bolts with some Loctite on them. I'll just slip each pad just into the slider there, in at the top. Just push it in. And then the same with the other side. Now we can get our caliper, just slip it over, push our sliders in, top and bottom, so they're not catching. Get our new replacement bolts. Get that one on the top, this one on the bottom. Just tighten them up a little bit by hand. Our new wear sensor. Just going to unplug this one. I've unplugged the wrong one. Okay, there's not actually a wear sensor on this side, only the passenger side. This one is the ABS sensor. Put the wheel back on, and it is job all done. So we'll see you at the next video, next vehicle.